Hi guys, welcome to Popcorn and Gore Gothic Cinema. Doing a review of my reorganized shelf of my classic horror and some vintage horror I do also have, and some of my 50 box sets from Mill Creek, along with my Seven Films and Vinegar Syndrome's collection and Blue Underground collection. So let's start off on this side right here. First up, we have Night of the Lepus. Night of the Lepus. One of my favorites. Also, we have Slithers. Another one of my classics. We have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Another one of my classics too also. This is like my vintage shelf here. Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. Malatestis, Carnival of Blood. Another one of my favorites too also. Grindhouse Double Shock Show. Carnival of Blood. Gruesome Beyond Belief. And along with a double bill of The Undertaker and His Pals. Another one of my favorites. I pull this one out all the time and kind of watch this one. It's like a double shock show. Because I could consider my stuff in here as wheels. And I do a cine wheel each week and post. Got the Corpse Grinders, Tevye Michaels. We got the Blood Drinkers. And the Blood Orgy of the She-Devils. So I'm going to do a double bill on this one. That's why I mentioned the Blood Drinkers, because I got these two connected together as a double program show. Then we got the Corpse Grinders 2, Tevye Michaels also. Then we got Messiah of Evil. So Anitra Ford. Nice classics. Then we got Cannibal Girls, starring Eugene Levy. And we got the 12 Film Fest set, Zombies Unbrained. We got the original Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray. I have several copies of Night of the Living Dead here. I'm a Night of the Living Dead fan. Night of the Living Dead, Rob Zombie's remake. Done beautifully by Tom Savini. And the 50th anniversary copy of The Night of the Living Dead. Boris Koloff, The Old Dark House. One of my favorites too also. Then we have Blood Feast. Herschel Gordon Lewis. Like the artwork on the box, is pretty neat. Then we got The Wizard of Gore. Another Herschel Gordon Lewis classic. Featuring the Basing Montag, the magician. Blackenstein. That's part of Seven Films section here. Then we got our Creepshow 2. Then we got Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Another one of my favorites too. Also, I usually watch this as my Midnight Madness series package. And it's beautifully done. It's one of my first films that I actually seen on this classic TV show that came on one night. And I was checking it out, and I was like, wow, man, this thing is nice, man. You know what I mean? And it kind of reminded me of Night of the Living Dead. And I was like, but it had a nice, good storyline to it, where as though, you conjure up the dead, and you may get some guests to show up at your door. And that's what they did. Anthropophagus, a.k.a. the Savage Island, a.k.a. the Grim Reaper. Oh, this one's backwards. I'm going to turn this one around. This has got Burial Ground. I like that slip cover. Slip cover is pretty awesome. There we go. Those two together anyway, so I move them back. And Papapicus goes in the front. I did some reorganizing earlier, so I have a huge space for all the rest of the ones that I did have. Kind of organize them into my watch joiner. For some reason, this one is really fighting to get back in, isn't it? There we go. Get it all nice and tucked in. All right, so we had Burial Ground. Now we have Zombie. I have to turn this one around too. Just got finished reorganizing, so. And this is Fauchis Classic. I like that slip cover. That's pretty good. This Blue Underground always does good work. All right. Now we have City of the Living Dead, one of my other favorites. Fauci collection. And then we have the double grindhouse billing. Don't look in the basement and don't open the door. There's a classic that reminds me of Don't Open the Door to You also. It's like another one. I think it's called Don't Answer the Phone or something like that. Or Don't Go in the Woods. But Don't Look in the Basement and Don't Open the Door was an excellent double grindhouse feature. And I'm pleased to have it in my collection. Plus it has that midnight session where when you watch it, you get that classic retro feel that you're really watching some media, you know. I'll just keep going. I'll add it into the file again because I pretty much know where it is. All right, so we left off with Fauci. All right, so we have Deranged. Another good classic. They did a story on it too. Also, it kind of reminds you of the old classic Ed Gein. And this is beautifully done as a remake inspired by that particular story. It's beautifully done, beautifully done. So I'll just line them out and bring them out and make it more easier. All right, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1. Everybody knows Leatherface. There's no need to mention Leatherface. All right, so we have The Children, which is another one of my favorites too also. It's also a nice good staple in this collection. I kind of keep them together when it comes to The Children and Bloody Birthday, because this is like part of my children's pack. And whenever I watch this, I kind of pull it out and just kind of view it at the same time as like a double feature. So you got Bloody Birthday along with The Children. All right, so we got Flesh for the Beast. Another one of my favorites too also. Then you have The House on Tombstone Hill. Another one of my favorites too also, aka Dead Dudes in the House. Gotta have that in your collection. And you must have Night of the Demons. Angel of Stone, Another Party. So why don't you come, will you? And I'm quite sure if we try it, we can get Jay Hart again. So you got to check this out. If you haven't already got it in your collection already. Night of the Demons. That'd make a good thumbnail shot, wouldn't it? Night of the Demons 1. Alright guys, then we got Night of the Demons 2. Angela's throwing another party. And this one is pretty much E to the 10th power 2 also. Night of the Demons 2. It's like my go-to watch list. And Grandma's House. I fell in love with Grandma's House. It was pretty cool. Like I said, I usually have it up here with Don't Go in the Basement, because some of the same characters that play in Don't Look in the Basement is kind of on this particular scene feature. So especially the grandfather. He played in that session too also. So it was pretty cool. Grandma's House rocks. So you guys don't get a chance to check it out, you gotta check it out. Grandma's House. And we also have Slumber Party Massacre 1. I also have Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 in another shelf. But this particular shelf I was working on because this is my feature shelf. And on the feature shelf, it's like the wheels that are rolling now. So I kind of like organize them. Plus I'm reorganizing everything too also. Just added lights. So now I'm adding more media. Trying to get room for more media. Looks like I'm going to have to probably build another shelf. Sleepaway Camp. The original. First version. Well, I mean the first version anyway. Because this is the original. But there were other versions of the Sleepaway Camp, but none compares to the first one. It's always the first one that kind of kicks things off. Got Felicia Rose. Then you also got Vampires, which is another one of my favorites too also. Blue Underground did a good job on this one too also. The transfer is excellent, and I was happy to kind of have this in my collection. Vampires. And next up, we have the Gene Rowland section. Requiem for a Vampire, done by Redemption. Excellent. Then we also have Shiver of a Vampire, also done by Redemption, Gene Rowland's film. Shiver of a Vampire. Excellent must-have in your collection. And then we also have Terror, which is another good one, classic. Gotta have this in your collection too also, Terror. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I told a story about this on my page where I went to the drive-in to see this a long time ago. And man, I ended up falling asleep in the drive-in, and man, they let me sleep, man. So I woke up, man, I don't know how long ago it was that I fell asleep, but when I woke up, everybody was going out of the theater. They turned the lights out and everything. So I woke up and ran out of the theater, and they was just breaking their popcorn stand down, man. They looked at me like, what the hell are you still doing here? So every time I check this film out or pull it out, it reminds me of that day that happened. And yeah, I just got off work and I was going to see a Midnight Madness wheel. And it was the last feature showing because I guess it was so long. And man, I ended up falling asleep right in the drive-in. I mean, right in the theaters anyway. So wow, every time I see this, brings back memories of that day, well, night, that I fell asleep in the theater. So we have Children of the Corn. I also have other Children of the Corn inside here too also. 666, The Gathering, Fields of Terror, and Revelations, also inside of here. So I kind of put all the children in the corner kind of together, so that way I can kind of keep them organized. So whenever I watch it, I can just grab that one and just pull that particular children in the corner out. So we got Silent Night, Deadly Night, part 1, Billy's home. I got a present for you. So Billy's back home. And I usually roll that with another feature too also. So we have Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which is my collector's edition cut, Part 2. It's Garbage Day. That makes a good theme shot, doesn't it? Yep. It really does make a good shot. So that goes back here. And we'll just have one that I'll put in the middle anyway, so it'll pretty much go right here anyway. So we have all of them pretty much organized and put away on that same feature build. Like I said, I just organized the shelf. I just polished it up, and only got all the media lined up the way I kind of want it to be lined up. I have a lot of friends over, so I've been doing media. I've been collecting since I was 16. And man, I had tons of media. VHS too also. So yeah, I would say this shelf is looking pretty badass. And we got this one out, Cannibal Girls. Well, it goes next to Cannibal Girls, but this is a double feature. Don't Look in the Basement and Don't Open the Door. So it goes next to the Cannibal Girls. That's why I kind of mentioned that. I remember when I had it next to another feature. So I was like, no, I'm going to put it next to Cannibal Girls because it's almost like I'm on that same level. So, all right, so there we go. We have it all put back together for the first shelf, and then we're headed up to the second shelf. All right, this is the second shelf of my classic horror too also. Mill Creek 50 packs, Barbara Steele, and others are already lined up. So we'll go over to the 50 pack. This is the classic Horror Legends 50 pack box set. Then we got another one, 50 pack box set featuring some of the legends too also. You got the first one ever done it on the front cover. And then we got the Ultimate Legends of Horror collection. I'll just go through them one by one and show you guys what it's going to be like. So, all right, so we got the complete series of Tales from the Dark Side. Tales written by none other than the other one, George Romero. Classic set. Then we got the Gorehouse Greatest Hits Classics. We got a Classic Monsters by Universal. Another well done series. I was happy to collect this. I actually found this, and I think I ordered it from Amazon, I believe. And I kind of wanted to create a shelf, which I just created this shelf 20 minutes ago. I wanted to do a classic shelf for the classic monsters and cater to the classic cinema anyway. So now I'm in the process of doing the shelf number 1 up top and redoing that to put some collectibles and maybe a bust head of Frankenstein and maybe one of Koloff. I'll do one of Koloff. So a bust of Frankenstein and a bust of Koloff on the second shelf too. So I'm making room for that too also. My favorite out of the series is Dracula and Frankenstein, of course, and then Dracula's daughter. I love Dracula's daughter. Alright, so we got Elvira, House on Haunted Hills. So then we got Bela Lugosi, the Complete Legacy Collection. Beautifully done. Then we got Nightmare Castle. Beautifully done by Edgar Allan Poe and featuring Barbara Steele. This is the Barbara Steele section. Anyway, we got Terror Creatures from the Grave, where a ghost of Geronimus Howes comes back to the house to set things straight. Then we also have the Blancheville Monster. It's one of my favorites. I also love Helga Line. She's one of my favorite actors, especially in that film anyway. Plus she's cute. Barbara Steele, the ghost. Barbara Steele, Nightmare Castle. Barbara Steele, She-Beast. Then we got my tribute to Mark and John Polona, Channel 13, a horror anthology. It's beautifully done. Channel 13. I'm a huge fan of Mark and John Polona. Polona Brothers. Another one, Splatter Farms. We got another one, Trailer Park of Terror, unrated version. Tell them Norma sent you, honey. Got Roach on the back. Someone's getting my pop feel. Boom! I love this shit. This shit rocks. You gotta have the Bunnyman Massacre. Can't have no shelf complete unless you have a Bunnyman Massacre. Bunnyman Massacre is one of my tributes that I do like. Every Halloween and every Easter I pull out the bunny and scare the shit out of some kids. I remember one dude came trick-or-treating to my door one night for Halloween a couple years back, and he knocked on the door. Instead of giving him candy, I gave him a copy of Bunnyman Massacre and put it right in his bag. He looked at me like I was fucking crazy. Bunnyman Massacre. You mean to tell me you got that sign spelled right? Lights, camera, blood. I love this. This is also put out nicely done by SRS. Phantasm, the 5-movie collection. Also my favorite. You play a good game, boy. The game is soon finished. Now you die. I love that. Also, no shelf is complete unless you have Friday the 13th. I do have predominantly all these particular ones because these are the only Friday 13s that I like anyway. So I pretty much only collected these ones, and then after that, that's pretty much it. That's the farthest I go as far as the Friday 13th. But this is the Friday 13th that I would collect only. So I have it in my collection there. So like I said, I just reorganized the shelf 20 minutes ago. I was so happy that I got this film a while back when I bought this on this DVD that I tore the jacket cover, and yeah, and it got ripped. So every time I show it, people be like, "Wow, man, did you take a blade to it?" I'm like, "No, I took my teeth to it." So I kind of sunk my teeth into Cabin Fever, and it's kind of cool because this is a slasher, and look what happened. I end up slashing the fucking box. I thought that was pretty badass, and instead of hating it, I kind of actually liked it. All right, so we got the car. It's kind of had that tenfold, so it kind of changes a little bit. So you kind of got to see it a little bit. But anyway, we have the car, James Brolin. The car. All right, so then we have the Midnight Madness series, the stuff. Another one of my favorites. I have a lot of these collections too. Also, the 12 horror films. When you do have them, like far as a 15 collection set, I was kind of like buying them. I bought like a majority of all of them, and it's kind of weird because I was happy to have other copies of different films, and this is predominantly what's on it. Some of these I'll be buying on Blu-ray, separate, like Fangs of the Living Dead, Bloody Pit of Horror. I'll be buying those on Blu-ray separately from Vinegar Syndrome or either Shout Factory, I believe. Well, maybe Severin too also. Night of Horror, Don't Watch Alone. This is what's on. Night of the Blood Beast, I'll be also buying that on Blu-ray too soon. And Fright Night. And The Night Evelyn came from out of the grave, I'll be buying that too also. There's another one. It's a Wasp Woman. And Silent Night, Deadly Night, I believe is on here. I mean, Silent Night, Bloody Night is also on here. And then I have another one. I believe I had two copies of it where I had Diner, Blood Diner, Mortuary, and all the rest of them that were on here too also. Rory Dolls, Demonic Toys 2, and Doll Graveyard, which is one of my favorites too, also triple feature. Got the one and only Oopsie Baby on the front cover. I was on this site yesterday for ordering Demonic Toys, Oopsie Baby's collection on Blu-ray. So I think I added that to the cart last night. I think I went to some 250 movies on their site, Blue Underground site. The Puppet Master collection. Then we got Penny Dreadful, starring Sid Haig too also. And Jeffrey Combs. Plus I thought Penny was kind of cute. Check her out. Make a nice shot too also. Yep. Penny Dreadful. All right, and usually it's supposed to be up there with Billy, but I had moved it down here. Black Christmas. I usually pull out a Christmas package where I play Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2, and then I'll play Black Christmas, the unrated version. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's one of my household favorites. And I'm getting Metamorphosis also. I had that a while. You could tell because of the slipcover. I just never got a chance to upgrade that, so I'll upgrade that to BluRay too also. So this collection is looking pretty good too also. I had just organized this shelf 20 minutes ago. So okay, so let me do a special feature because I did another ROM of this. So I'll do a nice good feature on the 2 classic Universal Monsters series. So we'll throw in the ultimate. So we'll do like a classic shot of it. So okay, so when it comes to, I believe I have the second one done. Let me get that one done too also, because I kind of wanted to do a feature on that too also. I'll say it was the old dark house. So I just want to show y'all guys what some artwork behind the Universal Monster collection. So I just took the book out of the old dark house. This is it's James Whale's collection. It's the front of the book style. So let me move over a little bit. Okay, it's a better shot angle. So the classic Universal Monsters, everybody kind of grew up on, but seen everybody doing a special shot, so I decided to just bring out a special memorial booklet of what's going on with the classic Universal Monster series. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Boris Karloff, so this is why I'm doing this. Nice shot. And I like her first intro when it comes in, when it's raining and stuff like that, and she goes, he goes, you went the wrong way. They go, you think someone inside? Because you knock on the door. Think you were loud enough to wake the dead? And he comes to the door. That scene right there, I was like, wow, man, that was it. When I first saw that, I was like, that is it. Karloff rocks. He really does. He was a staple, really, when it comes to Hammer and classic Universal. I mean, this guy, anything he done, anything film he was in, I mean, he just dominated over top of it. I mean, Christ. I mean, I love Chaney too, but Karloff, man, is just, you know, and it's like he doesn't really overreact. He just have these features where his face is just like monumental. Like, you know, he really doesn't have to get into this character. He's just like ultimate. you know. And I think just seeing him perform and collecting his work is pretty much monumental to me. Now this cut right here is a Region 2, because they didn't have this yet over here for the old dark house, so I ended up having to get, so I kind of panicked and just went ahead and bought the Region 2. So I'll be getting a Region 2 player to play the old dark house. It's one of my favorites. And there's another story depiction line of it too also. There's another depiction. It's beautifully done, beautifully done. I like the cast and the set and just about everything involved in the whole thing. It's just like ultimate, you know. And that's when he had to carry upstairs, carry him upstairs, because it's like it was too much going on. And they thought the monster was him, but it wasn't. It was another guy in the house. I thought it was pretty cool. These are some of the photos of the show. Also, I heard they had these on cue cards too. Also, back in the day, you would collect them. You go to Classic Drive-In, you would collect these. So, wow, it was monumental just to even sit in the screen and watch such horrifying events before your very eyes. The old dark house. Some of the poster bills. It's magnificent. Magnificent. So this is why I decided to do a secondary shelf just for my Universal stuff and classic collection. I have another some piles and piles of stuff that I'm going to go over. So I decided to just do a classic run at my classic pretty much collection that I've been doing, collecting for a while. I got more stuff that's coming, but I had to do a classic shot. Maybe that'd be a nice good thumbnail too also. The old doghouse poster bill. There's another shot. Because I've been collecting horror and VHS for a while, so it's like it's crazy. And I also do have a Dark Shadows collection too, also, along with the monsters and Addams Family Values, all that kind of good stuff. But I just kind of want to feature today just the classic horror. I'll do a separate tribute on my Dark Shadows collection. Amazing. Amazing work. You see there, you see Lauren Chaney. Amazing work, and we almost are at the end of the book. So Dark House. There's the end of the book. There's the Region 2. As you can see at the bottom. So guys, wow, that is amazing. Talk about classic horror. So hi guys, thank you for checking out my channel, Popcorn and Gore Gothic Cinema. This is my ultimate tribute to my collection that I put together. And this shelf has just been put together about 20 minutes ago. So like I said, I've been collecting for a while. I have classic VHS. I had just pretty much everything. I got noir, I got cartoons, I got just about everything. So I've been doing a piece by piece section of reorganizing my shelves. So this particular shelf goes along with the other shelf. That's just been remodeled too also. So above that, I have other piles and piles of stuff that I'm ready to put together. But I just want to thank y'all guys for checking me out and just staying with me to my haul and my reverse collection that I do have. And like I said, there's other stuff that'll be coming in soon. But I love the way how my shelf is coming along, because like I said, I just started to reorganize things. I just woke up today and was like, I'm just going to reorganize and put them in different theme shelves and stuff like that. So, and that turned into be another adventure. Then it turned into another adventure. And next thing you know, collectibles are coming in and more Blu-rays are coming in. So you never know what inspires you when you're moving around media. So, like I said, I've been collecting since I was 16, and I have a huge collection of media and Gothic series. Alright guys, here's some of my Dark Shadows collection. Just put out a few. Collection 14, collection 24, collection 22, collection 23, and fan favorites. And the one behind this one is the Best of Barnabas collection. So this will show y'all guys, it's a few of my Dark Shadows collection from Out of the Coffin set. I'm a huge Dark Shadows fan, so just had to bring it out of the archives. Alright guys, so that'll pretty much do it up. This is the shelf going back over again. Reorganized again. So I want to thank y'all guys for checking out my channel. That's the second shelf. All nice and reorganized and titled up. Pretty good. Classic horror at its best. Alright guys, thanks for checking me out, and as always, I'll have more media unboxing and collections coming through, and as I'm adding another shelf, we'll see where this all goes. So far I'm up just doing shelf after shelf, so all these are pretty much lined out, pretty much entitled. And thank y'all guys for checking me out, and don't forget to feel free to click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And got more unboxings and good stuff coming along. Feel free to check out my channel, Popcorn and Gore Gothic Cinema. Thank you guys.